Well, welcome back to CityLine. We are in our final fabulous segment here in my kitchen. And with me is a very familiar face. He's been on the comfy couch many times. And please join me in welcoming back Luke Miner. He is the director of Washington 529, known also as the Washington College Savings Plan. Hello there, Mr. Luke.
Hi, Amanda. How are you doing today?
I am well. And last time we spoke, you and your partner were expecting, and I hear that you have a beautiful brand new baby girl in your life.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely right. And beautiful and brand new, all of those wonderful things. She was born February 3rd, and believe it or not, we've already gotten her college savings started. So we'll talk more about that, but she has just been such a treasure, and it's just so much fun being a dad. I had no idea how much fun it would be, but it also gives me a lot to think about as far as raising her and setting her up for a future.
Well, you wear it well. And I have to tell you that when we had our child, we asked for college savings bonds. So there you go.
Yeah.
To remind our viewers about 529 plans and how they work, because we're all kind of foggy right now with the COVID stress.
Definitely. So 529 plans, the 529 just represents that part of the tax code that defines what these plans are. The biggest benefit is they're tax advantaged, meaning if you save your money and use it for qualified expenses, which includes tuition, room and board, books and supplies, you get a tax benefit. All the growth is tax-free, and it remains tax-free when you go to use it. In our state, so these are state-sponsored plans, and in our state, we offer two different programs. The Guaranteed Education Tuition, prepaid tuition program that people may have heard about. It's been around for over 20 years. And then the Dream Ahead College Investment Plan. So they both have the same tax treatment, but they work much differently based on their investments.
Okay, so on that vein, can you explain to us how GET is different from other traditional 529 plans?
That's right. So GET is much different than what, if people hear 529 plans, they often associate those with investment accounts that are similar to 401k plans. You have a lineup of investment options to choose from. And any returns you see on your savings are based on the performance of stock and bond markets. GET, on the other hand, is a very special program that the state legislature developed a while back, as I said, 20 years ago, to provide almost like tuition insurance to families in our state. What we say is if you buy 100 units today, and these units don't have anything to do with college credits, they're our own form of measurement that says 100 units equals a year of tuition at our state's most expensive public university. So if you buy those 100 units today, if say Hope, my daughter in this example, 18 years from now, 2038 is when I'd expect her to go to college. So 18 years down the road, we've already prepaid that tuition expense and don't have to worry about it. It's that peace of mind approach that takes the headache of stock market performance. It takes the headache of rising tuition costs out of the equation, so you can focus on saving and knowing what you have down the road.
You can also focus on that wonderful phrase of, yes, Hope, you are going to college.
That's right. That's right. So these plans do, saving with GET, saving with Dream Ahead, saving with any 529 plan or any savings product dedicated to saving for college really it has psychological benefits for the student, saying that someone's behind them, supporting them. And there's actually studies that support this, saying students are more likely to go to college and succeed in college if they know that there's someone saving for the future.
Absolutely. It becomes a part of that dinner table conversation about school grades and what do you want to learn when you grow up. So I want to compare two plans here right now. You talked about the GET is a prepaid plan, and then the Dream Ahead is an investment plan.
That's right.
Which one is better, Luke?
Well, we get asked that question a lot, and the answer is there's no better option in general. It might be better family to family. So depending on what your savings goals are, how much time you have to save, and how comfortable you are with stock-based investments, those are all going to be factors on whether or not GET or Dream Ahead is a better product for you. We tend to find that GET participants tend to be more risk averse. They're more comfortable with things. You could also think of the pension retirement plans are a similar kind of, might be familiar to people who would be interested in GET. Again, you're getting a guarantee down the road. You get the peace of mind. On the other hand, with Dream Ahead, you get a lot of flexibility in the investment options you choose from, and you get you also get the potential for more market returns because over time we know that the stock market generally increases, but GET takes out that equation of if there are stock market declines. So again, it's hard to say which plan is better. It really comes down to a family's individual savings goals. So we always encourage families to speak with a financial professional to get some guidance on that.
And that brings me to my next point. When you talk about having families talk with a financial professional, how has COVID-19 changed the way that you are working, and how accessible are you? Given that, the stock market is going up and down, and money and financial security is a huge thought for most people numerous times a day. So are they able to reach out and talk with you?
Definitely they are. We've made the transition like most workplaces that have had the luxury of continuing to work. We've made the transition to full remote, but all of our contact center specialists are working from home with secure access to our phone system and our customer database. So we not only can help our current customers who need to do different things with their accounts, but also new customers who are interested in enrolling in the program. And as you might know, May is an important month for GET. It's the end of our annual enrollment period, May 31st. So obviously, COVID-19 creates a huge challenge in making sure we're providing that service to customers, getting the information, but we've been able to pivot and move seamlessly and are there for customers just as usual. And we have seen continued interest in the program. To be honest, it has slowed down a bit, and that's not surprising. People have a lot of life going on right now. But regardless, we're here to support people and ready to help them when that time is on their hands. And, we also understand that people might be going through challenging financial situations. That's why it's all the more important for us to be there, because we have had customers who have called and wanted to change some terms about their payment arrangements, and we've been able to help them with that, give them some reprieve through these challenging times and get them back on track when they're more stable. So.
Yeah, boy, thank goodness you're there, because I could imagine some parents thinking, we've got to stop donating, or this is not the time right now because of COVID for me to be thinking about investing in college. But COVID will not last forever. We will find a new normal. And in 2038, Miss Hope is going to walk across that stage with a cap and gown on. And those are the things that we know to be true. Am I right?
That's right. So it's hard. It's easy to lose sight of the future when you're dealing with day-to-day stresses, especially in big events like this. The thing we like to remind families about is, like you said, that the future is still coming, whether we like it or not. And preparing for that is extremely important. So we totally understand families are in a tough situation. There's a lot to think about. But if you do find yourself having a few spare moments while you're potentially at home, look into these 529 college savings plans. Look into our plans in Washington, especially. We think we offer a couple of particularly good ones. But it's important to do the research and find out for yourself what's a good option for you. And the best thing you can do, even if it's small amounts, get started today. Even if you can only afford to do a few dollars here and there, it does add up down the road. Absolutely.
It is that latte factor once we're able to go out and get lattes.
That's right.
It's kind of a crystal ball question again, that some colleges and universities are planning to go full online instruction for the fall term. How do you think that might affect the cost of education and the value of the GET units?
That it's a great question. There's so much unknown right now. There's so much uncertainty, and we have been getting a lot of questions about what does all this mean for state budgets? What does it mean for the GET program specifically? Because as we talked about, GET is tied to the most expensive tuition in Washington. As of right now, I have not heard plans from the universities to change anything about their cost structure, their tuition structure to students. So, and if that were to occur, it would likely be a temporary factor. So as far as someone's savings being safe in GET amid all these changes, I can say with certainty that people are going to be just fine. We're going to figure it out. And if something has to give with tuition, the legislature is going to be paying close attention to that and how it would impact GET customers. And on the other side of things, people may be wondering, what is the value of saving ahead of time now when we don't know what the future looks like for colleges? And even if we move to online instruction as a part of the regular curriculum, there's still going to be costs there. Maybe one of the side benefits is that it is less expensive for a student to get a college education, but you still need to be saving for that. And the biggest reason is to reduce the future debt load that your student might be experiencing. Every dollar saved today is $1, $2, or even more dollars down the road that you're saving in student loans and student loan interest payments.
Absolutely. And you mentioned our legislature. They have expanded the list of eligible expenses that the 529 will cover. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, the federal government has made a lot of changes to the tax code in recent years to expand the usage of 529 plans. One, to make them more attractive to families, and also just realizing the reality that it's important to get students career ready. It's not necessarily important to provide every student with the traditional four-year university approach. That's just not a good fit for every student. So they've recently, just within the last year, at the end of 2019, they passed a provision that allows students finally to use 529 plans for apprenticeship programs. And that was a huge value add. We had to tell customers, sorry, unfortunately, if your child's pursuing an apprenticeship program, a 529 plan may not be for you. We've, for a long time, students have been able to use it at community colleges and technical colleges, private schools, graduate school, and certain certificate programs. But the apprenticeship programs has been something people have been asking for a long time, because there are so many great job opportunities that you can get connected to through that. And so people being able to now save for those types of expenses and know that no matter what their child's future decisions are, they're going to be there. There's a good chance that they will be able to put those funds to good use that they've saved.
Yes, because any education is good education. And that is the point. Luke, I want to say thank you so much to you. You always bring us a breath of future fresh air, in the sense of talking about children, which are hope, and of course your daughter Hope, but also forecasting positive things for our future. It is always a delight to talk with you. And please take care of you and yours and that precious baby.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And to all the families out there that are weathering these uncertain times, our hearts are with you, and we stand by at WA529 to help you.
Thank you so much, Luke. Well, that wraps up another segment of CityLine. We continue to social distance, and it's getting a little harder sometimes. So remember, you are loved. Please be gentle with yourself. And as you are socially distancing, make sure to not emotionally distance. Reach out to your family and friends. Step out on the front porch, lock eyes with your neighbor. We're going to get through this together. And when we come back, as always, zooming from my kitchen, we'll be waiting for you right here at CityLine. Take care.
Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home. Place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Oh, you're from Seattle. Oh, you're from LA. Oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from Seattle. From LA, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home, from the fires to the loam. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, the place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home.